Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you 27 zero waste kitchen hacks that will reduce your waste and save you money. Let's get started. If you're new here, welcome. I'm from a channel where we learn to live more sustainably, make zero waste, and reduce our environmental impact. If that sounds like something you're into, consider subscribing and tapping the bell icon so you never miss an upload. You can make them from old t-shirts, old rags, or really anything that's made out of cotton. All you need is a sharp pair of scissors and a washing machine. Just clean them out, cut off the side, put your cereal in, and voila, you've got a beautiful new container for your cereal. Just cut up an old t-shirt into little squares, wash them, dry them, and then put them in a container near your sink. Instead, put all of your loose produce in them, and then stack them in your fridge. They're perfect for mushrooms, avocados, limes, lemons. Really anything that has a flat surface works perfectly. Beeswax wraps are made out of cotton, hemp, or bamboo, and then coated in beeswax, making them naturally antimicrobial and perfect for covering bowls. This is a great way to update old mismatched jars to make them look uniform. Just be sure to use food-safe paint. And next time you need a paper towel, grab one of these babies instead. It adds flavor without adding any extra bulk. Throw them in some boiling water to see if you can make carrot juice. The water should turn orange, and if it does, you're good to go, and use it in soups or stews. Just lay them on a baking sheet, freeze them until solid, and then transfer them into an ice cube tray. Having cubes of broth in your freezer can really come in handy when you're remaking soup or stew. Pop them out, and then you can drop them into smoothies or soups, or really anywhere that you want to add some extra flavor. Let's get started with hack no. 1. Replace paper towels with these bad boys. You can even freeze them for future use. Not only is it good for the earth, but it's also great for your garden. And you don't want to get a compost bin because it's gone, attract animals. Try bokashi composting. Plus, you don't have to wait for your food scraps to decompose. You can just bury them after a couple days. And since they're partially composted, they're not going to smell. No. 2. Replace your paper towel with a roll of parchment paper. It's just a way more sustainable and reusable option than paper towels. Just roll it up and hang it beside your stovetop or oven, instead of buying the store-bought version, which often comes in non-recyclable packaging. Save your bread and then blend it in a food processor. I've linked to one of my favorite recipes below. Tip no. 1. Store onions separate from your potatoes because potatoes release ethylene gas, which can cause onions to sprout. Store your onions in a cool, dry place and your potatoes in a dark, dry place. In a huge package, you can make your own and then store it in a reusable glass container. They release ethylene gas, which can cause other fruits and vegetables to ripen faster. Hack no. 3. Instead of throwing away the cardboard boxes that your cereal comes in, use them to store your cereal. Yogurt is really easy to make, and all you need is milk and a culture. This helps to absorb excess moisture and keeps them fresh longer. This is a great way to keep your herbs fresh and also propagate them so you can have more of them. Avoid storing them in your fridge, as this can affect their texture and flavor. This helps seal in moisture and keep it fresh longer. Coffee ice cubes are a great addition to iced coffee or cocktails. This is an easy way to use up leftover bread and add texture to your meals. Plus, it's a great option for both food storage and meal prep. This is a fun and easy DIY project that reduces waste and saves you money. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Just cut them up, toss them in some oil, and then bake them. Instead, throw them in a container with some apple cider vinegar and let them ferment. Not all plastics are recyclable, so be sure to check the number inside the recycling symbol to find out. Cooking your own vegetables allows you to buy them in bulk and then freeze them so they last longer. After a couple days, you'll have fermented veggies that are perfect for topping ramen or your favorite stir-fry. Stainless steel is a great option for food storage because it's durable, it's rust-resistant, and it's non-reactive. BPA-free plastic is a great option for on-the-go storage because it's lightweight and it's shatterproof. This is an easy way to use up your vegetable scraps and make a flavorful broth for soups and stews. One of the easiest ways to reduce your waste is to simply buy less. After a few weeks, once you've saved up enough eggshells, take them out, rinse them, and put them in your garden. Not only will this reduce your waste, but it will also save you money. Hack no. 4. Save those egg cartons. Don't throw them away. Hack no. 6. Replace plastic wrap with something better. Hack number 8. Save your glass jars and use them to store everything from pasta to beans to rice. Hack number 10. When storing grains or dried goods in glass containers, consider using a scoop so you don't get your fingers or other contaminants in there. Hack number 11. Instead of throwing away that onion skin, throw it in your stock pot the next time you're making broth or soup. Hack now 13. Instead of throwing away those potato skins, bake them and then chop them up to use as toppings for baked potatoes or salads. Hack number 14. Make the most of your herbs by freezing them. Hack no. 15. Save those ice cube trays and then reuse them to freeze other things like pureed vegetables, fruit, or broth. Hack no. 16. Next time you're cutting up celery or carrots and you have a bunch of scraps, don't throw them away. Hack no. 17. Instead of throwing away your coffee grounds, sprinkle them along your garden. They're full of nutrients that plants love. Hack no. 18. Save those glass jars and use them to make homemade pickles. Hack no. 19. Compost your food scraps. Composting is the best way to recycle your food scraps. Hack no. 21. Make your own breadcrumbs. Hack no. 23. Make your own crackers to reduce the amount of packaging that you're bringing into your house. Hack no. 24. Make your own granola instead of buying it. Hack number 26. Avoid single-use plastics as much as possible. Opt for reusable bags, containers, and water bottles. And hack no. 27. If you do end up with some plastic waste, be sure to recycle it properly. Alright, now that you know how to reduce your waste in the kitchen, let's talk about how to store your produce longer. If you follow these tips, your produce will last so much longer. Tip no. 2. Store tomatoes on your countertop, not in your fridge. Refrigerating tomatoes can actually affect their texture and flavor. Tip no. Store cabbage and broccoli upside down in a plastic bag in your fridge. This helps to prevent them from wilting. Tip no. 5. Store berries on a bed of paper towels in your fridge. Tip number 7. Store lettuce in a container with a lid. Tip no. 9. Don't store avocados in your fridge. While it may seem counterintuitive, avocados actually ripen better at room temperature. And tip number 11. Cook your own vegetables. Now that you know how to make your produce last longer, it's time to learn about some creative uses for your food scraps. Use vegetable scraps to make veggie stock, use banana peels to make banana ice cream, and use your old t-shirts to make reusable paper towels. Alright, now that you know what to do with your food scraps, alright, now that you're armed with all of these zero-waste kitchen hacks,